One of the reasons that landlords hire us to be their property management company is because they don't want to deal with maintenance. And who can blame them? Overseeing maintenance is time consuming and stressful, especially if you don't have a specific vendor for every little thing that can go wrong with your property. My name is Danielle Ohlms and I'm the broker and owner of Keyrenter St. Property Management. I wanted to go over what maintenance we manage and how that process works. First, let's talk about how we choose the vendors that we work with. It takes hours and hours to thoroughly vet each potential vendor. I am very particular about who I'll work with, and there's a lot of boxes that have to be checked before I will use a vendor. All of our vendors are insured and have any proper licensing requirements. They must be able to commit to service a property in a certain amount of time, be presentable and professional with our tenants, and have a good amount of experience in their trade. Many times we are the vendor's largest customer, so in return, we receive pricing discounts and priority service. Essentially, we manage all of the maintenance on your rental property. If you need help getting the property ready for rent, we can do that. Who manages the maintenance is optional until we have a tenant in the property. Up until then, either you can get the property rent ready or we can. After that, we want to handle everything so that we can make sure the proper person is being dispatched for the job and that it's someone who has completed our vetting process. So what happens when something breaks at your property? Let's say the tenant submits a maintenance request that the garage door isn't working. What we always do first is troubleshoot with the tenant by sending them a video and some things to try first. Many times with the garage door malfunction, something is in the way of the sensors, so we want to check that. After troubleshooting, if a repair is still needed, then we'll dispatch the proper vendor. At this time, we'll shoot you an email notifying you that we're dispatching for a repair and nothing's needed at this time, but just keeping you in the loop. We then notify the tenant who the vendor is so that they can expect their call to schedule an appointment. If the repair ends up being a general, run-of-the-mill, regular issue, we'll go ahead and approve the repair on behalf of the landlord. Typically, anything under $500 will be dispatched without having to bug the owner, unless it's something that isn't necessary or needs to be discussed. Anything over $500, we always get the owner's permission before approving that repair. After that, the vendor sends us the invoice and we pay this invoice out of the owner's escrow account with us. The owner gets a copy of the original invoice in the following month's owner packet that we mail out. The tenants are sent a feedback request where we can make sure that the vendor performed the work to our expectations. So in a nutshell, that's how our property management company handles maintenance. Do you have more questions? Give me a call at 636-707-2000. I'm always happy to help.